important topic. We have an illustrious person with excellent credentials with us. We welcome Dr. Suresha to this workshop. Dr. Suresha is a former principal of SCC Bangalore. Okay. He was the alumni of National Institute of Engineering, Mysore. Subsequently, he did his PhD from Visvesvaraya Technical University in Computer Science and Engineering, Belgaum. He's got a balanced mix of professional experience with industrial experience, teaching, and then research also. 14 years of industrial experience, 24 years of teaching, and 13 years of research. Nice to note that, sir. And for National Education Policy 2020, he has been the resource person, especially on e-governance, etc. He has been the subject expert for information and network security, and he has already been the board for Nagarjuna College of Engineering and Ramaya Institute of Applied Science, etc. He is one of the recognized reviewer of IEEE conferences. Okay. And he has got many awards to his credit. Mention a few: the Best Principal Award of 2018, Best Director Award in 2019, and Best Educated Award in 2020 from Global Research Foundation. Nice to note that, sir. This has been a very sort of brief introduction to him. So we are happy to have you with us, sir. Welcome on behalf of the LNCT group and as well as the participants also. I'm very sure we'll get more educated after this session on this particular topic. You can come and sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your brief introduction. Sir, shall I start my presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, is that my screen is visible?
Yes, very much visible.
And sir, what about audio, sir?
Audio is okay, fine, good enough.
Done, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I express my sincere thanks to again LNCT because this is the second time I am addressing all your faculties of your institute, especially this ATAL program. Okay, and this presentation will have a lot of takeaways. Faculties, those who are really interested in enhancing their skills, they will get a direction. Management who wants to plan for their future in a better, according to NEP directions, they will also have some takeaways. So it's like an ocean. It is up to individuals how much they can dive into the ocean. Okay, that's how I believe. So the contents for this presentation, in fact, from July 29, 2020 onwards, whatever it was there in the different portals and whatever it was appearing in the different newspapers, I have collected and I have compiled. Okay, so this is how the things go on. But when NEP 2020 has been announced or approved in the Delhi Parliament, okay, then I developed my personal interest and I started collecting information about that, and then I compared. And every time, whenever I give a presentation, I will correct the feedback from the participant very seriously, and whatever suggestions they have given, I've incorporated into my next version, okay, in the next my presentation. That's how it has been evolved. So it is today, in fact, again, tomorrow I'm having one more presentation, whatever feedback I'm going to get and whatever the updates that it will happen in the web portals, I will correct in the today night and I will update it for tomorrow's presentation. That's what my nature of work is, especially NEP 2020, because it is my passion, because I've developed, I understood a lot many things in NEP 20 and I want to share with you people. Okay, now we'll see first in the beginning, what is NEP 2020? Try to understand the concepts in NEP 2020 and whatever the ways you can evolve, okay, you can plan for it. And at the end, we'll see what are the implementation stages from last year till now, what are the implementation stages, to what level the NEP concepts have been implemented. That also we'll discuss today. Okay. So outline of presentation. So evolution of education policy, use of technology, key takeaways from NEP 2020, principles of NEP 2020, vision of NEP, a new forward-looking vision, current problems plaguing the HEIs, that is higher education institutes, Institutional restructuring and consolidation, major reforms, key changes to the current system, digital drive, thrust, future higher education institutions, steps to be taken by all the GS, UG courses, academic bank of credit, that is ABC, PG courses, Meru, optimal learning environments, institution development plan. But many more concepts I'm going to discuss, but I've limited the slide, only one slide for this, because approximately I'm having about 140 slides. So evolution of education policy, it is, in fact, in India, we are having 3 education policies. The first one is in University Education Commission. In fact, first commission is Education Commission under Dr. D.S. Kothari. This is the first one. Second one is National Education Policy, National Policy on Education 1986, and NEP 2020 is the third one. So all remaining things are different commissions where they are working on education policies. That's how it is. So composition of committee, Dr. Kasturanjan K was the chairman, Vasudha Kamath, Manjula Bhargava, Ram Shankar Kuril, TV Kattimani, Krishna Mohan Tripathi, Mazhar Asif, M.K. Sridhar, Rajendra Pratap Simha, Shakila T. Shamshu. They are the members of NEP 2020. So just in fact, when I was giving presentations to various institutes across India, then this topic also came into picture. What is the role of central government and what is the role of state government? So that's the reason I'm giving these slides. The central government is responsible for the major policy on higher education and for the coordination and determination of standards in higher education institutions. So the main concerned organizations for us is AICTE and UGC. As far as state government is concerned, state governments for their part are responsible for the establishment of state universities and colleges and for providing grants for the development and maintenance. These 2 slides will make it very clear. Now we'll go for NEP 2020. So we are seeing what could be the future. That's the reason I've incorporated this image. See, my approach in my presentations is always I've tried to incorporate maximum images as far as possible, because images will have a better impact on the mind, and they will have a better registration in the mind, so that you can understand in a better, rather than reading the content. Okay, that's the reason. The holistic development of individuals, the focus on development of higher abilities, 21st century skills and lifelong learning skills. So NEP 2020 stands on quality, equity, inclusive, knowledge creation, and innovation. So you can see NEP 2020 major verticals are agriculture education, vocational education, teacher education, and technical education. These are very important. And we can see in future also whether all these things we are concentrating. So I am discussing the concepts or the futures of NEP 2020, which are related to higher education institutes only. I am not discussing anything about schools. Okay, that I'm making it very clear. So the first question that comes into picture is why NEP 2020 that comes into picture. NEP aims to make it easier to set up new quality of higher education institutions which will be at par with global standards. So our education should be one of the best one, and it should be at par with foreign educational institutes. The aim must be for India to have an education system by 2040 that is second to none. So we want to have one of the best education system by 2040. That is one of the aim of NEP 2020. Equitable access to higher education quality. So quality of higher education, that is HEA, should be one of the best. So what are the objectives we'll see? Revamp the higher education system, create the world class. This is very important. Multidisciplinary higher education institutes across the country. Increase the GER, that is gross enrollment ratio, at least 50% by 2030. Now it is 27 point something. So it is doubling by 2030. That is one of the objectives. It should engage faculty and students with local communities with the real world problems and functions in collaborative, inclusive, and cross-disciplinary ways. It is interdisciplinary or cross-disciplinary or multidisciplinary, whatever you call it. So NEP 2020 is concentrating on this, and it should be a collaborative in nature, and it should be inclusive. Inclusive means education system should be available for everybody in the same thing. Okay, there should not be any differentiation between education for different people. That's what inclusiveness is. It must generate human capacity to build a new knowledge and foster innovation. Education must empower workers of the future to become enterprising and creative innovations. So key takeaways from NEP 20: shift from rote learning to practical learning. So this is what we are doing. So it should be shifted to practical learning. Again, everything is based on outcomes. Skill-based learning, organized preschool education, flexibility in selection of subjects, more focus on tech-based learning, focus on teachers training, internships and workshops. These are some of the takeaways from NEP 20. So use of technology, NEP 2020 says that we have to use technology.